Welcome to your home exercise flow. So today we're going to get started having the band nearby. We got a loop band. We're going to get started on the ground, but a couple things you'll need for this home exercise sequence is you'll need a chair to sit in or something to sit in, as well as an open space where you can walk a little bit. It doesn't have to be huge. All right, let's get into it. So go ahead and lay on your back. We're going to start with some pelvic alignment exercises. So what we're going to do first is extend the left leg long down the mat, and we're going to bring our right knee in towards our chest. Take your right hand to the front of your right thigh, and what we're going to do here is press the right thigh into the hand and the hand into the thigh, creating an isometric contraction. At the same time, you're pressing down through the left leg. Here we go. Ready, set, go. Push up, push down for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And again, we're going for 7 rounds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And again, push into the hand, push into the ground. 3, 2, 1, and relax. 4 more. Push into the hand, push into the ground. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And again, push, push, push. And relax. And just make sure you're breathing as you do this. Try not to hold your breath. And again, push into the hand, push into the ground, equal and opposite pressure. This doesn't have to be your maximal effort. And relax. And we're going for 1 more round here. Good, excellent. Go ahead and relax. From here, we're gonna go right into the second pelvic stability exercise. So, I forgot to mention you'll need some type of either a yoga block, a foam roller, basically something to squeeze in between the knees. So what we're going to be doing next is the shotgun technique. So you're going to go ahead and put your band around your knees. And then you're also going to place something in between your knees. So we're going to be doing an opposite and equal pushing in and pushing out. So go ahead and lay down. And we're first just going to start by squeezing that object in between the knees inward for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to push out into the band for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now push in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and push out. Good. Push in and push out. You got this. Keep going strong. It's normal if you feel some movement in your hips. Push in. But none of this should be painful. If anything, it should feel like it's helping alleviate some pain. Push in. 3, 4, 5, and push out. 2 more rounds. Push in, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Again, it doesn't have to be your maximal effort. And push out. Just about 50% of how much your total effort is enough. Last round here, squeeze in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and push out. Good, excellent. Go ahead and remove whatever device you had between your knees, whether that was a yoga block, a foam roller, a pillow, a ball, etc. Put that to the side. We're then going to go ahead and come all the way down to our back. And we move right into some bent knee fallouts. So to set this exercise up, we're on our back with our knees bent. Hands come over top of the front of the hip points. So those bony marks that we feel in the front of our hips, usually where our pants hit us. The goal is to keep this area stable on the non-moving side. So we're going to start with the right leg moving. So I want to think about keeping my left hip anchored into the ground without moving my back. So I'm not arching myself to get there. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. And then start to bring your right knee out to the right into the resistance of the band. And then together. We're going for 10, Again, left side is stable, so left side doesn't move with you. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, keep breathing, you're doing great. 2, and 1. Good job. We're going to go ahead and switch sides. I'm going to switch my angle just so you can see here, a different angle. So again, we're engaging the core slightly, not flattening the back against the table, but just feeling like we're drawing our ribs towards our hips. Keep focus on the right leg staying still. We're going to take a breath in, and then exhale, the left leg goes out and in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, and back to the right side. Anchor through the left, take a breath in. Exhale, start on the right for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a breath in the middle. Exhale it out. Start left side for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. You have one more time each side. Big breath in. And exhale, we start the right side for 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep going. You should feel this deep in your glutes, so deep in your butt muscles. 3, 2, 1. Breath in the center. Exhale to the left. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent job. Go ahead and lay to your side. Either side will work. And we're going to move the band down to being around the ankles. We're moving right into the sideline version of the same exercise. So to start this, you can prop yourself up by resting your head onto your right arm if you're on your right side, whichever side you are in. And from here, we're going to lift the whole leg so that the shin is parallel to the shin that's on the ground, and then we're back down for 10, 9, 8, 7. So the knee is opening up, but we're not going so far as to rocking back and moving our back. So if you need to lift a little bit less high in order for your back not to rotate, your side not to rotate, that's fine. For 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and switch sides. You can just roll over, but for the purposes of the video, I'll switch like this. But feel free to just roll to the other side. Okay, set up. Take a breath in and exhale. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're doing great. Keep going. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. Take a little bit of a break. Go ahead and flip back to your other side. And here we go in 3, 2, 1, and begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, feeling that burn. It's a great one though. Switch sides. Just think about how strong and stable your body is getting with these exercises. Here we go. Take a breath in and exhale, start. And just notice, like, you should be able to go through the full range of motion without the band feeling like it's really too tough of resistance. So if you feel that way, if it's really hard for you to get, more than about 4 inches of lift between your knees, it's okay to take the band away as you do more sets of this exercise. It does get more challenging as our muscles fatigue. The most important part whenever we're building stability, got our last one here, is that we're trying to make sure that we can achieve the range of motions that our body goes through on a normal basis. Especially for us that are hypermobile, our body goes through a big range of motion. We're going to find one more set on each side. Take a breath in and exhale. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent work. You got one more set of this. One more set. Just think about all the things you'll be able to achieve after this. Take a breath in and exhale. And why should we care about hip stability, right? Hip stability allows us to walk and transfer load, meaning as we're walking, we need to be able to shift our weight side to side. We also need to be able to absorb the weight or the force of the ground without it injuring our knees and ankles. 2 more. So strengthening the hips, making the hips more stable will help with every step we take. Go ahead and roll to your back and move the band up above your knees. We're almost there. This is our last laying down exercise. So in this exercise, we're going into a bridge with a posterior tilt of the pelvis. So if you notice my back, there's a natural arch and space underneath the back. We're gonna flatten-ish that arch. Not so much that we're suctioning our back to the ground, but that we're in a little bit more of a neutral position. Place the hands by the side and tuck the chin slightly to the chest. Take a breath in, and then push through the feet to lift the hips up and lower. We're going for 10 here. Try to maintain that neutrality in the low back. So we're not going into a big back bend or letting the hips drop below where our abs are leading us, really. And by doing this, we're creating more strength through the backs of the legs. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower. Take a couple breaths here. In through the nose and out through pursed lips like you're blowing out birthday candles. One more breath like that. And here we go. Find that slight tilt. Push through the feet and we're up. Power through the glutes for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Really squeeze through the hip muscles. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Take a break for a moment. 2 breaths here. Just going to turn so you can see a slightly different angle. And again, we're using the band here to just keep our knees aligned. So a little bit of space between the knees, some pressure into the band. Take your last breath in. Exhale it out. And begin for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Go ahead and lay to your side first and then push yourself up to a seat to help prevent any dizziness. Take the band off of your legs, and before we stand up, we're gonna use some ankle pumps for blood circulation. So just point and flex your toes towards and away from you about 20 times, and then we're gonna stand up. This helps reduce any postural dizziness we have as we go from a laying down position to a seated to a standing position. Okay, excellent. So for the purposes of this next exercise, you're going to want to be completely barefoot and have a chair. So let's go ahead and bring our chair into, well, you probably might have a chair right there. I'm going to bring my chair into the view. And we're going into our arch lifts. So if you notice here, I'm thinking about lifting the center part of my foot without curling my toes. So what that looks like in real life, my toes are nice and spread and long. And then I'm imagining that I'm pitching a tent in between the arch of my foot and lower. Lift up and lower. Lift up and lower. Keep moving. We're going to do this for 30 seconds, okay? Another tip or trick is you could use a resistance band underneath your foot if it feels like nothing is happening. Also, a belt helps too. So we're just assisting that range of motion. You're doing great. 10 more seconds left. Remember, don't curl the toes. So if you start to curl the toes or if the foot starts to roll off of the mat, meaning the big toe is no longer on the ground, then just go a little bit less intense with your lift. Excellent work. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Moving to the left leg. So this time I'm going to demonstrate without the band. We're lifting up through the arch of the foot and then dropping it down. It's a really subtle motion. And you can imagine the muscles working here are not the same muscles that curl our toe knuckles. They're the muscles that help stabilize the arch. So kind of like an orthotic lifts up that inner arch. We're just using the same muscles that would be laying on the orthotic in the center. 5 more seconds. 2 and 1. Good job. We have one more set of this on each side. Moving back to the right side. Here we go. Arch lift, hold, and lower. Lift and lower. Good. 30 seconds. Keep going at this pace. If your foot feels like it's going to cramp up on you, you can always take a little bit of a break as we move. Foot stability is so important for hypermobile people because we tend to have a flatter arch, which isn't always a bad thing. Makes it more flexible of a foot. But we really want to be able to come into this arch position as we push off our foot, as we're trying to accelerate, like in sports, especially if sports involve running, kicking, jumping. Good job. Go ahead and switch to the other side. Last time on the left. We got this. Last 30 seconds here, and then we have one more exercise left. You're doing a great job. Staying focused on the task. You know, it's super normal as we're working out for our mind to wander, and sometimes that's a good thing. But when we're doing exercises like this that are so specific to an area of the body that feels maybe less paid attention to, I do want you to pay attention to it. I want you to look at your foot. I want you to really feel the exercise. Focus on your breath and your breathing, and that can sometimes also help de-stress your system overall. 5 more seconds. 2 and 1. Excellent job. We're coming up on our last exercise. We're going into some tripod walking. So depending on where your foot is today, or maybe things I've instructed you to do, personally, we're either going to do this barefoot or with shoes on. So find whatever variation suits you. I'm going to demonstrate with my shoes off so people can see what we're doing. Okay, so we're going through tripod walking. So tripod walking is when we first land the heel of the foot, then the pinky toe, then the big toe. We're taking short steps as we do this, really allowing the mechanics of the foot to be pronounced. Good. All right, so now that you all have seen that demo and got the hang of it, let's actually start. Ready, set, and go. And we're just gonna tripod walk for a couple minutes. I want you to think about spreading all 10 toes apart as your heel strikes the ground. And then think about like a tripod like a pizza, right? Like pizzas are flat. So we are trying to achieve all of our toes connecting with the earth. And then as we push forward, we're pushing off of the big toe. So really pushing that weight into the inside of the foot as we push off here and bring the foot forward. You're doing great. Looking at the feet definitely helps. Or maybe if you want to progress this, try to look away from your feet and find that same pattern. That makes it a little bit more challenging. We're halfway there. Keep up all the great work. Remind yourself that you're doing something great for your body right now. And sometimes that can just be the inspiration you need to keep going. All right, go ahead and relax. Thank you all so much for joining me today for this hypermobility home workout. I hope you enjoyed it. Please definitely let me know if you have any specific questions, and keep up all the great work. You're doing awesome. I know sometimes it gets daunting to do these exercises, but just know that as we do these daily, we'll really start to see changes, not only in how our body moves, but how we feel about movement too. Thanks again. Peace.